Match point. So spawning in the bottom position as the purple Zerg, we have Deska, who capitalizes the S's name. And in the top right-hand corner as the orange Zerg, we have Plumbum. And no crazy play so far from both players, who we see are both scouting, obviously in the correct direction, given it's a two-player map. Both of them are scouting towards the natural, as you typically will do in ZVZ, simply because that way you arrive at the natural, you get a little bit earlier information on whether or not they've already put down that hatch and can respond just a bit faster than if you go straight to the main. There's a few exceptions to that, like on Python, if you're on the 9 o'clock position, you might scout directly towards the main of the 6 o'clock, just because it's closer, but by and large, the tendency is to scout towards the natural first. These games, I think, were played yesterday. Game can clarify, but I'm pretty sure they were played yesterday. And we see Overlord for both players. Yes, indeed, so far, mere builds. No player opting for any fast pools, fast speed. Nothing too crazy going on. Looks like 3 more drones from Plumbum, so we're going to see either 12 pool or 12 hatch, and the same for both players. So it's just a question of whether or not they make the pool of the hatch first. In this case, it'd be obviously both players, given what's going on, will be completely safe if they go hatch first. But we'll just have to wait and see. Alright, so there is a hatch. Okay, this is a 12 hatch in main for Plumbum. Not comfortable putting down at the natural. And the 12th hatch is going to be the natural for Deska. So I'd say Deska is going to be a little happier with this position simply because he's got immediate access to that second gas when he wants it. So he'll be able to get way more gas from Muta. If Plumbum wants a second gas, he'll have to make another hatchery. So, Bakuru, and we see gas going down for Plumbum. Gas not quite down yet for Deska. Let's take a look at their pool timings. Almost identical. Like, that's as identical as it gets. They're literally the exact same. It's like 2 HP behind, if you can barely see it. Gas is a little bit faster though for Plumbum. Yeah, it was 12 hatch from both players, but Plumbum did 12 hatch in main. And it looks like actually players continue to make drones. In fact, Deska not setting up all those Overlord. No, his Overlord has not reached the natural yet. This question is, will he have 3 larvae? I don't think he will not, so this was maybe slightly risky, but I guess he figures this hatch, the timing of it, still gives him the 3 larvae he wants to make lings, since this hatch arrives so soon. But he will soon know, actually he will still be suspicious, he might think he's in danger now. See all lings being made for Plumbum, who is making 8 lings. Yeah, if you guys want to go upvote that, go for it. Let the Reddit community know about it. I don't know what these players' typical early game APMs are, but sometimes I look at that to try to see if the game is laggy, but I don't know. Deska might just be a heavy spam player. There are definitely players that have that much at the beginning of the game, because they like to spam it quite a bit at the beginning. Although it's not as bad as the Gambits Cup games. One game between Michael and I'm trying to think of the other Zerg. Who was it? Michael and somebody else, but either way, they were both at like, I don't know, 550 and like 700 APM for the game, and oh, okay, interesting. We got hidden lings. I don't know if they're just looking. Is he worried about proxy? I don't know. It looks like he's kind of scouting the edge of his base, worried about something. And I am fine with a co-cast if people want to do that. It is totally up to you guys. We see a whole bunch of lings moving out. From Plumbum, as well as Deska's going to need to get set up here and get an arc. You see the Spire is on the way for Deska, and it looks like Plumbum isn't running. Plumbum has a really good arc right now. This is a 50-10 spot for Deska, although Plumbum kind of just going on move command with his lings, losing 2 or 3 needlessly. I don't know if he just wants to run a few in or if he wants to sandwich or what the plan is here, but lots and lots of lings streaming in from Plumbum, who is actually going to try and focus down the Spire. I don't think he can quite get it, although it's going to be pretty close, but no, he will save the Spire. So those Lings unfortunately not going to do anything. And Deska also chasing out the Lings of Plumbum at the front, whose Spire is at 174, although this Spire has been damaged, so it's hard to tell how close it is. We can see halfway versus a little less than halfway. So still pretty similar Spire timings. And Plumbum continuing to rally a whole bunch of Lings, doing a really good job splitting Lings up into all different places. Although I don't know if Deska's really feeling the threat of Lings in so many different places. A few Lings here though, a little sloppy by Plumbum, although they managed to avoid getting any of them actually picked off. Deska maybe going to try and go in for the sandwich here, and yes, he does. Beautiful job there. Wonderful, obviously, concave from Deska, who's just going to easily clean up all the Lings of Plumbum, and also counterattack with F4 is probably not enough, though, and he realizes that, and pulls back. Sounds like a plan. See, Plumbum is going to try, and also, this game is really interesting. There's been like a lot of attempts where you could almost have sandwiches. They're really fighting out in the open, which you don't see as much. Plumbum kind of streaming in one by one. I think Deska will take this. He had the better arc, although Plumbum does have a ton of Lings, but yeah, that good arc is just too strong. A few Lings going to go ahead and head to the main of Deska, who at this moment is not making Zerglings, although Mutas should be out to defend it. And it looks like Deska wants to come up here. Does Plumbum have Mutas in the way? No, he's continuing just to make Lings, which is going to be quite an issue. Just needs to sit at home and defend with these Mutas, and Plumbum says GG. Realizing he has no Mutas to deal with this. Tried to break Deska right at the Muta timing and was unable to do so. So this will be game 2 between Plumbum and Deska on Jade. Deska leads 1-0. It is a best of 3. So if Deska wins this game, he advances on to the round of 16. So in the top right-hand corner as our yellow Zerg, we have Plumbum, who is on reps, I believe. I don't know who Deska is on, though. And in the bottom position as the purple Zerg, conveniently for me, we have Deska. See, Overlord, so Deska is going to be a little happier with this, as he will have a slightly faster scout on Plumbum. This Plumbum is going incorrectly, and Deska's Overlord is moving in the correct direction. And both players, again, opting to go ahead and make drones for the moment. Just gonna wait and to see what build order they have planned. Will they go with the same strategy? Will they go for aggression? How will they want to play on this map? To wait and find out. We're gonna have a 9 pool here from Plumbum, and also a 9 pool from Deska. So again, players doing mirror builds, so it should be another even game. Both players obviously going for 9 pool speed. You don't really see 9 pool without speed very often. It's pretty rare. Overload's on the way for both players. Actually, it looks like Plumbum snuck in a drone, whereas Deska, okay, finally Deska making the drone. Plumbum just sneak it in slightly earlier before the Overlord, whereas Deska making it after the Overlord. And these pull positions are pretty common here because they do two things. One, if you place them right, it actually makes your gas mining slightly more efficient, I think, and also with it right there, it gets really easy to drill up to the gas and then drill around the pool if things come to attack it. So it's just a good place to have it. This pool, actually, slightly different position, maybe a little harder to drill around. And Link's obviously on the way for both players, and Link speed is started. Deska's Link speed fractionally faster, but shouldn't make a difference. And both Flings are moving out. Now the important question here is, will they go the correct direction? Because if they both move to the wrong bases, you can just end up with an immediate base trade situation. And there's actually a chance they're going to meet in the middle as they're done at about the same timing. And are they going to head to the same base? No, they're not going to see each other. Oh no! So, Plumbum's Lings are definitely headed to the right base. Deska, I cannot just tell where Deska... Oh, Deska's going to know where he is. So we are going to have a bit of a base trade situation, I think, although Plumbum Deska already throwing down the Sunken Colony. Is Plumbum doing the same? No, he is not. This could definitely be an issue then for Plumbum as the Sunken is up and a few Lings are back. And Deska's Lings need to run in there in a hurry because Plumbum has nothing at home to defend. I hope he's making Lings. Yes, he is. So it's going to come down to the defense as Deska has a bunch of Lings up here. Plumbum does not. Here we go. Deska is running in now. He's going to pick off one. No, he's not quite going to get it. Good pull by Plumbum just in time. Needs to hurry up and go, though, before the Lings hatch. Probably waiting for his speed to finish, which speed is now done for both players. And Deska actually trying to focus the pool. And it's going to be a matter of Plumbum trying to hold this. More Lings are running up, and the Plumbum's returning Lings can get back a lot faster now that speed is done. And I think Plumbum will hold this just fine, even though there are a few reinforcements from Deska. Plumbum has everything he needs to hold this off, no problem. So he will be just fine. And if anything, I'd say Plumbum is much happier with his position now because he's got a faster lair and did not have to waste a drone on the Sunken Colony, although he does have to deal with a significantly greater number of Lings now from Deska, and this could be an issue, as there's still no Sunken. We see about 8 Lings from Plumbum, and maybe 1 or 2 more than that for Deska. It's kind of hard to count when they're moving around this fast. 2, 4, 6, 8, I think 10. Can I see hotkeys of anybody? No, I cannot. So here we go. He cannot afford to focus down the pool. More Lings are being rallied up, but he needs to not get his Lings picked off. He needs to keep them together in a good arc. Deska a little late with the attack there. Plumbum is going to defend this and chase out these Lings, and I don't think the reinforcements are going to be enough for Plumbum, especially if he sets up a nice arc at the base of his ramp. Yeah, Deska has super high APM. Especially if this game has like 0 lag, that's really fast. Alright, so here we go. Just kind of waiting. Neither player really wants to set up an arc, so it's like they may want to attack. Oh, there we go. Plumbum setting up an okay arc. You could probably refine that a little bit, but it's not bad the way he's got it right now. See the Spire for Deska at about 160. Plumbum Spire about 200 HP faster. So we're just kind of waiting. It looks like both players will want to switch into muted because we see an overload going down, and actually Plumbum is trying to bust out right now. I'm not sure if this is the wisest move, as Deska had a nice concave, so he's being more efficient, but Plumbum just has enough Lings to go ahead and deal with this. But Deska does have that Sunken to fall back on, so he should not be too worried about this. As long as he drills fine, he'll be totally fine. You know there's tons of spam. Bisu has 300, but he's like 25% spam. Although it's sort of true, because like JD usually plays like around 400, and he's like 40 to 45% spam. Alright, so we see second hatchery down for Deska. And how many Mutalisks? 2 on the way for Plumbum. Deska actually has no Mutas on the way. She's able. Oh, his Spire's not done. That explains it. Okay. I think he'll be okay on the timing. Actually, a pair of Scourge. The Muta are... That was not Muta being hatched. I guess that was Scourge. I apologize for that. And Deska is starting now 2 Mutalisks. And a few out for Plumbum as well, who's hatching more of them. Yeah, some games JD even has more than 50%, but he still plays fast. He's usually like 200 to 220 EAPM. Bisu's the same, but Bisu just has less APM. Bisu just plays like less spammy than Jaedong. So I guess less cycling through groups and stuff, as opposed to what Jaedong likes to do. So Plumbum just defending with the Mutas right now. So obviously these Lings of Deska really can't do anything, as Plumbum has 2 or 3 Mutas now to chase him away. So yeah, I don't know. Both players are trying to build up. Deska does have the advantage of a second hatchery, which is a big advantage in CVZ, even if it's in the main, because you just have a larva advantage. It gives you more opportunities. Even if you don't have more gas for mutas, you can sneak in extra Lings, sneak in extra drones. So over the course of the game, that could prove to be an advantage if Plumbum doesn't do anything. At some point here, he will need to respond to this in some way. Wait, if he has 240 EAPM, that's crazy fast. That's like ridiculous EAPM. Like ridiculous. So here we go. Looks like Deska wants to at least go up and put a little pressure on. Can the Scourge hit? No, Scourge collide into Scourge, never. What you usually want, that's not really what you want to use your Scourge for. And he's going to try to pick off a drone here. He gets 1 drone kill, it looks like, going for 2. Does not want to stick around here too long, though, because Plumbum has a decent number of Mutas, and Deska does not have Spores, so it's not like he can even afford to just go ahead and throw away Mutas in this game. Oh, okay, that's not quite as insane. mean, that's not bad by any means. It's not 240 is like insane level. Alright, so it looks like this Overlord from Plumbum is going to get taken out, although he'll probably come defend it with his Scourge. And with only 2 mutants, you can micro against Scourge with 2 muta, but it doesn't really do much, because they just don't do a lot of damage. And it looks like Plumbum wants to come down the Scourge, and the muta already paying attention. 1 Scourge lands, 2 Scourge land, 2 Scourge land, 1 muta dies. Will these next pair of Scourge hit? I don't know. It's going to be really close. Gotta be smart about this. Alright, 1 Scourge colliding into 1 Scourge, and another Scourge colliding into another Scourge, so both players just trading Scourges. And we have a run-by of Deska into the main. He's going to try and get a drone. He gets 1. Will he get a second? No. Well, it's always a little hard to tell. Actually, he may get a second. He's super, super close. Only has 7 HP, but it does get cleaned up by the mutas in the end. No, 240 EAPM is super fast even for Korea. Like, I've seen games of, like, Flash and BC where they get that high, but even guys like that usually only average, like, 220. Like, I took, like, 30 or 40 of the reps I had at BC and put them together, and his average APM was, like, 312, and his average EAPM was, like, 212 or 213. And we all know how fast Bisu is. I've seen some games of Flash, though, like in TVZ, where he'll have, like, sustained over 300 EAPM just because the micro, like, you're clicking so much for the micro that you get ridiculously high EAPM. And meters, but this second hatch is really getting an advantage, and Plumbum has lost a significant number of drones. He only has 5 drones mining and only 1 in gas. Plumbum only has 6 drones right now due to nice link control by Deska. Although Deska, yeah, Deska has way more drones. He's got 2 at least on gas, maybe 3, although he's kind of slightly mannered it with that sunken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got at least 10 or 11 drones versus Plumbum's 6, so that's like twice as much EAPM, yeah, twice as much, twice as many drones. I think that's why I said EPM, I said much. And it didn't make sense, so I followed up with EPM because my brain was he's trying to get another drone kill, does not though. But without anything there to defend, these little link attacks are getting pretty annoying. Now Deska feeling comfortable enough to... the Scourge stops. He was going to kill the Overlord, but just goes ahead and says, and don't feel like it. So here comes another round of Scourge. What is he going to target? Is he going to try to go for the mutas, or is he just going to start stacking Scourge into Overlords to keep Deska's supply low? They pause again, and whoa! 1 muta dies, and 3 Scourge also just kind of like explode. And Plumbum really needs to do something right now. He does have the superior muta count, and he really needs to do something with it. In fact, I'm a little worried for Deska. Oh, there's a Spore up. Never mind. I'm not as worried for Deska anymore, as Deska only has 2 mutas, but he has an incredible economic advantage right now. Literally almost twice the economy of Plumbum. And yeah, that's a little unfortunate. That sunken position we can see here, it's mannering the drones. Like every other drone pops out and really has to go a longer way than necessary. And here come the Lings. He's basically just sending Lings and Scourges, keeping Plumbum... I think that's the problem, and this is why Plumbum can't do anything with his mutas, is these Lings keep coming up and doing these obnoxious counterattacks, so Plumbum has to spend his time with the mutas defending, and he can't go put any pressure at all on Deska or try to pick off any drones. Interesting. Didn't look like you microed a ton, but does kill all the Scourge, takes no damage. So here comes another round of Lings. They're going to try and get another drone kill. Can they manage to? I don't know. It's not looking so good yet. Trying to focus on a single drone, cannot manage to do it. So the drills of Plumbum successfully defend the drones this time. And it looks like Plumbum wants to move out with the muta, which could be risky. The Scourge are just going to go ahead and go over to the base of Plumbum. But we'll see. These mutas from Deska need to pull back right now. He's going to lose 1 for sure. Yes, 1 dies, maybe both. I think both died, so that was not so good. To be honest, Plumbum might have the muta count to kill the Sunken right now, or to kill the Spore. And with the muta advantage, I honestly think if Plumbum goes for this, gets rid of his Scourge and goes for it, if he has like 6 or 7 muta, he can kill this, and that would pretty much give him the game. Actually, it does not have enough. It looks like there are only 5 muta from Plumbum. Maybe there's a 6 back there, but not a huge count. I can't tell. I think a muta died. I heard it sounded like a muta died. So Plumbum just did not quite have the muta. Like, if he would have had 8 mutas, he could have won the game by killing the Spore and then killing all the drones. But did not quite have the muta necessary to do that. And look at this. Deska feeling confident enough to go ahead and take a 3rd base. So this will be interesting. And I don't think he can actually hold it. So I don't know about confident enough. He doesn't have the meat account yet. Although maybe he thinks he can hold it by just continually sending these lings. And this is really what you're seeing is the advantage of a second hatchery here. He has these extra larvae, so he can make these extra lings to be obnoxious, and Plumbum cannot afford to do so. So that's part of what has enabled this play from Deska. And we can see, I mean, Deska's really comfortably drawn now. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's got at least 15, 16 drones. And Plumbum, who has droned up a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's got 9. Still Deska with almost twice the economy. And I mean, you can see it reflected in the supply. It is 25 supply for Plumbum and 30 for Deska. So we see these Muta are flying around, but I don't know why Deska has his Muta over here. Like, that really doesn't make a ton of sense to me. But, whatever. Alright, so yeah, we're just gonna wait and see. And you can definitely see Deska's fast play reflected, and he does have stuff like constantly moving around the map all the time. And he's just always going everywhere. And we can see Plumbum just kind of chilling at home. He has to defend. I mean, he really needs to do something, at least add another hatch or do something, so he doesn't have to constantly deal with these counterattacks of Deska, who's just being super obnoxious. So we can see Plumbum here flying with the Mutas, going to try and pick off some of these lings, but doesn't want to chase them out that far because they're too fast. And this hatch, I mean, Deska technically can't have this hatch. I don't think he can technically hold it, but at the same time, Plumbum doesn't know about it, and obviously hasn't gone to do anything about it. It's going to be a problem. It looks like Plumbum is going to try to take the natural, and this will be important here. Plumbum can get this up. The game could get a little more interesting, but at the same time, Deska's economy is just so out of control in relation to Plumbum's. And we see the supplies, 33 for Plumbum versus 46 for Deska, who's probably getting really, really close to catching up in the mute account as well, because over here, see Deska now has 2 gas, Plumbum with only 1 gas, which is obviously a big difference. So here we go, 1 lane moving in, not going to do anything other than mess up.
It looks like that lane was actually trying to scout the natural. Still trying to figure out if it's there or not.
And we do see a whole bunch more Muta popping out now from hatcheries, and Deska pretty much on full scale Muta protection and seeing more drones. I mean, if you look at this, Deska is just so droned right now. He's got 6 over here, it looks like, 6 or 7, and his main is fully saturated. Like, the degree now to which Deska has a greater economy than Plumbum is pretty absurd. So I fear that Plumbum is just going to die as soon as Deska decides he has enough Muta, because Plumbum's Muta count will no longer be able to deal with it, which will also mean Plumbum will not be able to hold this hatchery, and the game will go 100% to Deska. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting for Deska to decide he has what he wants to go ahead and kill it.
And yeah, look like Deska's army's moving out right now.
And actually he's got, okay, that's for the spore. Do we have any upgrades on these Muta? Let's check 0, 0. I'm guessing Plumbum hasn't upgraded either. He is not, so here we go. Deska's going to move in with Lings and Muta, and obviously this is a bit tricky too because the Lings can run to the main and Plumbum's Mutas have to deal with Deska's Mutas. And here we go. I wonder if Plumbum's going to be confused that Deska managed to get this many Mutas given they had the same amount of gas, and Plumbum has been spending it religiously, and it looks like Deska is pretty much just going to obliterate the Mutas of Plumbum. And there's nothing he can do. Plumbum saying GG. Deska moves on 2-0 and advances to the round of 16.
Well played by Deska. 2 well-played games by Deska. Eric, did you like my solid contributions this time? Eric. Eric. You have an email. Email. Do you like my solid add-ins? Eric.
So I guess now you'll be ready to move in to see who Deska has to face in the his opponent in the round of 16 for entry into the ISL proper.
Eric, do you like my add-ins? My addition? Was it good?
If he wants attention, throw him a doggy treat.
Yeah! How you guys all doing? No, he can't kick my ass. You all know that. Be real here. Yeah, me and Dad are going biking at 1 if you want to come to us.
Hello.
Yep.
What is up? Alright, so now we need to see if people can hear you. So, can people hear game?
And people here again.
Oh, hey, no, my name.
I don't even. Where? Hold on. This is Pro Master.
Let's see
Yeah.
here. Let me know how the sound balance is. I can change a couple things if it is indeed off balance.
Indeed. Vanatier can hear me. So can Crazy Horse.
Okay, good deal.
Um. Okay, so this bracket is. I have to find it. Okay. So we have to watch Zergboy versus Batang. Batang!
And people are saying you're just a touch quiet, so I'm going to turn you up just a little bit.
Alright.
Let's see, is that any better? I should have turned him up, and I think that will be reflected in the stream.
Oh! What happened?
Alright, so is that better?
You tell me.
That's why I'm waiting for people in the stream to tell me if it's any better or not.
Get on your jabs!
I'm going to guess that it was game that banned Sad Guy Sad.
Yeah. That guy goes, he's literally in every stream I'm in. Just a fucking stalker.
Alright, so I guess we're ready to go ahead and go into the games. Can you host? Because I cannot.
I can host. I do not have the replays. Where is AWA? Or you can send them to me.
I will send them to you
resent
via... Yeah, that'll work. Because you'll need to host them. Alright, let's see. There's the send file button. Alright, they should be being sent to
Oh, okay. Yeah,
somewhere in chat.
Nabopolis told me on Skype that's better. And maybe they
Good
don't
deal.
really... It might be awkward later because I'm just talking really low right now because I drank last night and don't have
Oh,
the
yeah,
energy.
for sure.
So what did you do for St. Patty's Day?
I got called into work and had to work for like 13 hours. It's
Oh,
fantastic.
sick life.
I'd gone for like wasn't supposed to have to work at all, so I went for like 10-mile run in the morning, and then I get called into work for like a shift, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna need you to work all day." I was like, "Are you fucking serious?" It's not fun.
I think it's pretty funny.
I was like, "Guys, I'm already tired."
Guys! What are you doing, guys?
It's pretty amazing, and the reason they told me to come in is they're like, "Yeah, we didn't schedule enough people." I was like, "You made the schedule 2 days ago, and they only scheduled 6 people, and they normally need 8." I'm like, "Why didn't you just schedule 8 people initially?" He's like, "I don't know."
Who thinks of these things? What are you talking about?
I really don't know how his mind works sometimes. Like
Oh,
go ahead.
what? Hold on.
Like he's
Okay, there is no round of 32 for Zergboy and Imbatang. Zergboy decided he just didn't want to show up.
the co-caster is me. It's me, Elmaster, and it's also LRM Game, who is also the tournament organizer, as well as what, an A-ranked Terran. So yeah.
I'm alright. I played this game a couple times. Alright, so we're going straight into the round of 16 of Tedesco versus Batang. I like his name. I just want to say his name 100 times.
I can tell.
Batang.
Having a little fun with that accent there.
Yeah, but he's Korean who lives in New Zealand, so
Okay.
it's really counterproductive to say it like that. But whatever, I'll be from South Park. It's all good.
Whatever works, man.
Batang. Alright, game name's Game 4.
Okay. Oh,
Game
are you
itself.
on Fish or?
Yeah, I'm on Fish.
All right, let me go over there.
I didn't look at the channel you were in. I just went to Up Team Liquid, Up Altitude ISL Q5.
All right, I'm gonna switch over to Fish. Be there in a sec.
Oh, you're in iCup.
Yeah, I was in ICUP.
Okay, let me know when you're on so I can open up these slots.
All right, I'm on Fish now. What channel are you in?
Up Team Liquid, just
Okay,
hanging
sure.
out. Team Liquid, showing some love.
Oh, we've got a bot now. Cool.
The bot's supposed to be there normally, actually.
Okay. Game 4-4?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
Lucid Dreamer. Kind of feel homoerotic saying your name. Like, Lucid Dreamer.
Yeah, I noticed that little accent. I was like, okay.
I can't say lucid in like a manly fashion. It's impossible.
Alright, so in the top end position as our brown Zerg, we have Batang. And in the bottom left-hand position as the blue Zerg, we have Deska. And you're right, Batang is pretty fun to say.
Batang. It's butt tang. That's how I'm saying it. Just South Park version.
Alright, so Batang is brown. Let's change that on our overlay here. And Deska saying finally. I am not sure why, but...
As far as I know, Batang was AFK in the channel for a couple minutes, and Deska's drama queen. So
okay,
so
gotcha.
I've known Deska for a while. I think I can safely call him a drama queen.
Fair enough. Alright, so it looks like nothing too crazy from both players, and it looks like Deska is going to have the Overlord Scout in the correct direction, whereas Batang is going to be moving, unfortunately, not straight towards Deska's main, or natural.
Yeah, they're both scouting in the proper direction.
Yeah.
But Deska just happened to luck out there.
Yep. Oh, no, never mind, just a drone trick from Batang.
10 drone?
And they're happy because apparently there's no lag and no latency. That's always a plus in ZVZ, where you have to mute a micro with precision.
Well, that's kind of awkward. A Mexican and the guy from New Zealand having no lag on a Korean server. It's fucking mind-boggling.
Actually, it kind of is, yeah.
But Tang is going for the game ZZZZ build.
10 hatch?
You just go 10 hatch, and I think he's just gonna go 9 pull and all in. But the problem with that is he didn't do it as an expo. Whereas Deska is up to 11 drones now. Not sure what the hell he's doing.
Looks like
11 hatch?
Yeah, he hasn't made that last drone, so I don't know. Yep, that was 11 hatch. Alright.
And then there's a 10 hatch 9 pull.
Yep. And for those of you who don't know, it's the game ZZZ guy. He used this in at least one clan war that I casted for Gambit's Cup, and he beat like Zeke and a couple other really good Zergs. Like he just like crushed all the Zergs with this 10 hatch 9 pull. Just like mass linked everybody he faced.
Oh, apparently games goes Overlord and then the hatchery, but
okay,
close enough. It's a 10 hatch.
It's an over 10 hatch.
Yeah, it's really awkward. So he's getting in gas as well.
Yep.
Clearly gonna do some all-in linkage. Did
yeah,
Deska do a 11 hatch 12 pull? What the hell?
He might have. Let's see, 3 drones. Yeah, I think he might have. Strange build. Not familiar with it.
Both are strange.
And also the other thing that Batang does if he's doing the same build as the Games, like Games gets the layer and he gets the Spire, so he can go Mutas, but he just like makes a ton of Lings. And then if he has to, he can make Muta.
Yeah, Batang not going speed? What's going on there?
Will he get it? Just got 100 gas, but will he get it with his next minerals? Yes.
Yep.
So Ling aggression versus Deska, who looks like he's trying to play relatively normal with a slightly weird build.
Alright, so I'd like to point out that Batang has 9 drones. He could easily 9 hatched, 9 pooled, and gassed the same way he did it on this.
Yeah.
He's drew out basically the same build order. I don't know Nintendo.
Alright, so here we go with the Lings running in right now. Needs to get him in a little bit better of an arc, as that was just kind of running in a line, not going to work too well, but he should have a Ling. Actually, I don't know, there are 2 hatches from both players, though. Oh, Batang a little sloppy, though, loses 2 Lings for no reason. Not the best way to get started when you're trying to all-in Ling someone. And let's have to wait and see here.
Well, Deska, in doing a layer and micro, he got supply blocked, or supply capped, and now Batang has the huge
and
Ling
Batang with
advantage.
a really, really good arc there. He's going to... somehow it doesn't... Okay, he does win that. I was going to say. That, actually, he...
Well, he didn't, but he has
barely.
reinforcements,
Yeah.
so it's okay.
So,
he has
speed now done, so we got 4 Lings here from Batang. We'll see what kind of damage he can do, and he should have more Lings streaming down to reinforce, yeah. Also has the better setup here. Deska trying to run away. Needs to defend as much as possible. 1 drone does live, and actually going back to mining minerals. But reinforcements arriving from Deska managed to clean it up, and both players are pretty much just in full-on Ling production as what do you call it? Batang is being aggressive, and Deska realizes this and is making Lings of his own.
This kind of looks like a ZVZ. I don't know.
Sounds about right.
Lings and Lings and Lings.
And occasionally a Muta or a Scourge. If it goes long enough.
Yeah, if their lings suck bad enough.
Yeah. Alright, so here we go. Deska's gonna run in. Is he gonna try to attack into Batang? Yes, he is.
Batang.
And we see Batang still on Hatch Tech. Deska has his Spire at 200 HP, so pretty much this is not looking good for Batang, as Deska is just cutting through him right now and easily holding off all of his Ling aggression.
Yeah, Deska has a layer. I'm not sure if you saw on the camera. In fact, his
Yeah, so his Spire is like 150 or whatever
yeah,
HP.
Spire's 50% done right now. But Deska has a shitload of links, considering that Batang is going all in lane.
Yeah.
And Batang's already making spores. He clearly has no idea what's going on. But guys on gas, so you went from all in to all in drone production, actually.
I can't even tell exactly the Ling count. Both players have a pretty sizable number of Lings, though. And it looks like Deska's just scouting for hidden bases.
Batang has 21 links, I have his hotkeys.
Okay.
So you should have Deska's hotkeys.
I don't have anybody's hotkeys, unfortunately. Whoa! Deska coming in here in a line, and Batang might just murder this right now, as he was in a little bit more of an arc. But let's see, it is actually still pretty even on the lane count. Reinforcements from Deska. Batang should pull back and wait for reinforcements. Bone does not, but actually doesn't have reinforcements because he switched over to drones. But finally, a few more Lings of his popping over. I don't know, I think Deska can overcome this, though. Just have to wait and see. And it looks like, yeah, he's going to cut through this easily. This is really, really, really bad for Batang, as he has nothing to defend with. He is making a spore. He's going to have 10 more Lings, though, popping, but Deska has a little bit of time here. We'll see what happens. Tries to get the surround on some of the Lings, and Deska's... Oh, man, I don't know. Yeah, it looks like still Deska, with already being in position, able to cut off Lings. They weren't able to fight together, and more reinforcements from Deska streaming up. He's going to take this. He now has like 12, 13, I don't even know how many Lings, and it looks like this is all but over for
There's
Batang.
Lings in your base, bro. That's all that matters. There's Lings in your base.
Sounds about right to me. And everything is dead for Batang. Deska is going to take this game.
Even took the time while making me just kill the spore, just in case, you know, there's
Yeah.
13 links in his base, didn't cut it. Alright, game 2 of 400 versus 100 APM. It's my kind of matchup. Game 2 is on ground 0.
I'm ready when you are.
Oh, I already made it.
I'm in the game.
Oh, I tabbed.
That would
Wonder how many
explain
times I can say oh.
it.
Oh, I started.
CVZ on ground 0, top right-hand spot as our red Zerg, we have Deska. And in the bottom right-hand spot as the purple Zerg, we have Batang.
Batang.
Speaking of that, do you know what team either of these guys are on? Because I actually don't off the top of my head.
Deska's well, Deska is,
Yeah, what?
or Batang's 4 pulling.
Yeah, Batang just cancels
Yeah, Deska's been in LRM for, I don't know, ever.
Okay, alright.
Ever's the word. Yeah, he's been LRM Zerg for a long time, and Batang, I have not a clue.
Okay.
I just know that he's like a C rank player.
Oh, okay. Alright.
So it's A rank versus C rank.
Alright. Batang tried some 10 hatch, 9 pool, Ling, or heavy Ling all-in type build, and didn't really work.
Oh, he's on the iCup team.
I didn't even know I could had a team. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're called admins.
Oh, alright, alright.
They only stick together.
Alright, so we have the 4 pool here, so it'll kind of be interesting to see what Deska chooses to do. If he puts down like a 9 pool.
Yeah. There's no overlord making, so...
Oh, valid point, yeah. So I think Deska will be completely fine.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a complete fail. And it's, especially since...
Yeah, A level micro
they?
versus...
There's no 5th drone for Batang. What?
Whoa, he doesn't have enough... he's just barely gonna have enough minerals. Just barely. And there we go.
Yeah, Batang's Lings, given the scout that you just saw, they'll be there a little bit before Deska's Lings pop, but if he brings 3 drones out to fight, he'll be just fine. And he can afford that given the economy.
Definitely. And let's see how many drones was 4. Yeah, Batang stuck with 4, didn't build a 5th one. Question is, I don't think Batang yet knows where... Oh no, never mind, Overlord's cross pass, so they do know where each other are. So
Indeed.
these Lings will head to the correct place.
Deska's Overlord did not see his links, but really it doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, because I mean his links are on the way. Like they'll be popping almost right as the Tang arrives, or
Yeah.
maybe even right before. So as long as he pulls
And
a drone or two, he'll be totally fine. In fact,
he's
they
also
are done
getting
now.
flies full.
He knows now. All right, so here we go. As long as Deska doesn't mess up his micro, he'll have this easily. And Deska started attacking first with his link, so I think he'll clean this up pretty easily. And yep, there we go.
And Deska also has speed upgrading, so in case Batang wants to be stubborn and continue to harass with links, he'll have speed first and be able to not only counter but defend in the base easily.
Yes, indeed, but it is pretty much over as Deska has far more lings and obviously has gas and other cool things like that.
I don't really typically consider gas to be a cool thing in social situations, at least.
No, definitely not be there. Maybe in some very unique social situations, but I think for the majority of them, not so much. Alright, so it looks like Batang is going to go ahead and go back to his base, or rally some more links and try to continue the attack, although Deska has, well, I was going to say he has an arc, but actually it looks like Deska just wants to attack. Who, obviously, Deska with speed has a much greater maneuverability advantage, and he picks off 2 links for free, Batang not paying attention, so this is getting even worse and worse for Batang, who is just going to get murdered now. In fact, given the speed, Deska can just kind of surround the links as Batang tries to retreat and pick off all of these links, so it is all but over. Actually, it was over, but it's even more over than it was before.
If Over had a cousin, this would be his first one.
And we can see good control though from Deska as he moves in here, surrounding most of these links. He's going to try to form an arc, but I'm not sure it really matters when it's like 8 links to 3, or more than 8 links to 3. So the last few links are popping, and obviously Deska can do whatever he wants. And Batang says GG, Deska goes up 2-0.
Plumbum actually just logged on Fish and he's complaining about Deska, ironically.
Speaking of drama.
Speaking of drama, have you, oh my god, what's that guy's name? Rob Dyrdek. You watch any of his shows?
No, afraid not.
Oh, okay.
I don't end up watching a whole lot of like TV or shows or anything.
Uh-oh, your stream chat has been hijacked by the Germans.
Clearly.
Alright, so I'm in the game. Yep.
Alright, so going into the next game on Bloody Ridge, Deska, if he wins this game, he's in the ISL proper, and he might be able to do it. Batang is only C rank, as Deska is, what, A-, you said?
A.
A. Oh, A, okay.
Yeah,
Super legit.
he's up there.
Zerg.
Just in case A- didn't really establish enough, he's the one above it.
So that's APM, not EAPM, but I can't remember what Gavasion means. Someone wants to fill me in on Gavasion.
Gayvasion?
Yeah, I can't remember what that means off the top of my head.
I thought that was South Beach.
In the top right, we have Batang, and in the bottom left, purple is Deska.
What's his APM out right now?
Batang is 110, and Deska is about upper 500s, about 580. Just hitting away on those keys.
Yeah, I just feel so bad for the 1, 2, 3 on his keyboard.
So we'll see if Batang has anything else clever in mind, as he has not really opted for anything too standard to start with, going for Ling all in and then a 4-pool. I guess just gambling on the fact that Deska would 12 hatch, but Deska did not fall for that. So Deska's Overlord is done, so he's not going for Festival. Overlord is also done from Batang, and it looks like both players are making drones. So now it's just a question of pool or hatch. Someone wants to practice their German. Yeah, you've got Bakuru there, so he's a good person for that.
Wait, how do you say his name? Bakuru?
I don't say it right. He linked me to the video of his name, so I said I was going to study it for like 30 minutes someday and like perfect my pronunciation of his name. And we see the Overlords meeting, kissing, dancing next to each other.
Romantic Zergs, you would never think.
Scandalous.
Especially since they spit acid.
I know. It's scandalous too, because they're from opposite clans or whatever.
Yeah. That's why they had to keep going.
Yeah.
Keep it moving if you're doing something like that.
It's indeed.
Alright, so it's 12 hatch versus that was an overpull? What was that? I was tabbed.
It was a 12 pull, it had to be, because he made extra drones. It was either 12 or an 11 pull.
Okay.
So, Deska with the definite build order advantage here. He's got the 2 bases, the faster hatch. Deska's going to be quite happy with this.
Indeed. Clearly out-strategized his opponent so far in the series. Batang is not taking another hatch. Don't understand it. Not going to comment on it.
It's Batang, so...
Batang!
The lings are done and on the way. Yeah, and I think that was phrased right. It's empty. I think you phrased that okay. Alright, so we have, obviously, 3... Oh... Sometimes these pool positions, like, looks like it's a slight manner of the gas here in this pool. One drone comes out, and it crooks to the side as it delivers the gas.
For who?
For Deska. I see some drones popping out, and they kind of crook, and then come down. I don't know if that's as efficient.
Oh, indeed.
So you see 4 lings and 2 more coming in, but Deska's lings are popping right now. Not going to be a big deal at all.
Deska looking to be pulling the Oxerg. Just
go for the lings.
Speed, pumping mass lings.
Speed.
He's lucky he's not playing Terran, because they have fire bats. Tang, super early layer.
I don't think really Batang really wants to engage us, and wisely chooses not to. And
He's
also
cut
trying
off.
to take his hatch. So let's see, speed is pretty close, a little over halfway, and Batang is not getting speed. Not sure why Batang is engaging here. Way more lings from Deska, even with a few nice lings being pulled back from the fight. Murders Batang's force, cleans that up easily, and Batang is now completely on the defensive and may even need a sunken. In fact, almost certainly will need a sunken because it's 2 hatchling production from Deska versus just 1 hatch from Batang, and he just got absolutely murdered in that fight, literally not even killing, I think, a single ling of Deska's.
He killed 1, but he needs to make 2 sunkens as a main and cancel that hatchery and make a spire right now.
So there you have it. So we'll see if he does that, but I don't think he knows. I think he wants to try to defend this hatchery with his 1 hatch of lings against 2. Not exactly sure. Whoa! Deska runs through the lings of Batang on right move, then decides to attack, but still kills them all, no problem. Doesn't bother to leave any lings attacking the hatch as of yet. I think he just wants to go in the main and win the game, and I think that's what he's about to do, as he didn't even bother to make sunkens. He's just like, I'm gonna hope I can defend this with my 3 lings and 1 hatchet production. That way I'll get a spire, and Batang says GG, Deska goes 3-0. Into the ISL proper, so congratulations to LR and Deska.
Alright, so we have leg 1. Wait,